Earvin "Magic" Johnson Jr., born August 14, 1959, is an American businessman and former professional basketball player. Often regarded as the greatest point guard of all time, Johnson spent his entire career with the Los Angeles Lakers in the National Basketball Association, NBA. After winning a national championship with the Michigan State Spartans in 1979, Johnson was selected first overall in the 1979 NBA draft by the Lakers, leading the team to 5 NBA championships during their Showtime era. Johnson retired abruptly in 1991 after announcing that he had contracted HIV, but returned to play in the 1992 All-Star Game, winning the All-Star MVP award. After protests against his return from his fellow players, he retired again for 4 years, but returned in 1996 at age 36 to play 32 games for the Lakers before retiring for the third and final time. Early life. Earvin Johnson Jr. was born in Lansing, Michigan, to General Motors assembly worker Earvin Sr. and school janitor Christine. His parents had a strong work ethic, with Johnson helping his father on the garbage route. Growing up, Johnson was drawn to basketball, idolizing players like Bill Russell and Earl Monroe. His father played high school basketball in Mississippi, and his mother, originally from North Carolina, also played basketball. Johnson was a dominant junior high basketball player, scoring 48 points in a game. He was bused to predominantly white Everett High School instead of Sexton High School, which was predominantly black. His siblings Pearl and Larry had experienced racism at Everett, with incidents of racism and disrespect. Eventually, Johnson accepted his situation and became a leader for a small group of black students. His autobiography, My Life, highlights the positive impact of being bused to Everett on his life. Personal life. Johnson first fathered a son in 1981 when Andre Johnson was born to Melissa Mitchell. Although Andre was raised by his mother, he visited Johnson each summer and later worked for Magic Johnson Enterprises as a marketing director. In 1991, Johnson married Erlitha "Cookie" Kelly in a small wedding in Lansing, which included guests Thomas, Aguirre, and Herb Williams. Johnson and Cookie have one son, Earvin III, EJ, who is openly gay and a star on the reality show Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. The couple adopted a daughter, Elisa, in 1995. Johnson resides in Beverly Hills and has a vacation home in Dana Point, California. Johnson is a Christian and has said his faith is the most important thing in his life. In 2010, Johnson and then current and former NBA players such as LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Bill Russell, as well as Maya Moore from the WNBA, played a basketball game with President Barack Obama as an exhibition for a group of military troops who had been injured in action. The game was played at a gym inside Fort McNair, and reporters covering the president were not allowed to enter. The basketball game was a part of other festivities organized to celebrate Obama's 49th birthday. Net worth. Earvin "Magic" Johnson Jr. is a retired American basketball player and entrepreneur who has a net worth of $800 million. Real estate. Magic Johnson and his wife own a home in Beverly Hills and a Tuscan-style beach house in Orange County. They originally owned a house in Hawaii, but moved to Dana Point. Johnson's Bel Air estate, originally $600,000, was sold for $2 million after winning his first NBA championship. High school career. Magic Johnson, nicknamed Magic at 15, was a talented basketball player who led Everett to a 27-1 win-loss record and an overtime victory in the state championship game. He dedicated the championship victory to his best friend Reggie Chastain, who died in a car accident. Johnson was considered the best high school player ever to come out of Michigan and was named to the inaugural McDonald's All-American team in 1977. College career. Johnson was recruited by top-ranked colleges, but chose Michigan and Michigan State in East Lansing. He chose Michigan State due to Coach Judd Heathcote's recommendation and the talent on the Spartans roster. Johnson played with future NBA draftees and led Michigan State to a 25-5 record and a berth in the 1978 NCAA tournament. He was voted Most Outstanding Player of the Final Four and was selected to the 1978-79 All-American team. After 2 years in college, Johnson entered the 1979 NBA Draft. Professional career. In 1979, Johnson was drafted first overall by the Los Angeles Lakers and played alongside Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the team's leading scorer in NBA history. Despite Abdul-Jabbar's dominance, the Lakers failed to win a championship with the Lakers, and Johnson was expected to help them achieve that goal. Johnson averaged 18.0 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 7.3 assists per game for the season and was selected to the NBA All-Rookie team. The Lakers reached the 1980 NBA Finals, where they faced the Philadelphia 76ers, led by forward Julius Earvin. Johnson's clutch performance is still considered one of the finest in NBA history. Johnson signed a 25-year, $25 million contract with the Lakers in 1981, which was the highest-paying contract in sports history up to that point. During the 1981-82 season, Johnson had a heated dispute with Lakers owner Jerry Buss, who fired him and replaced him with Riley. Despite his off-court troubles, Johnson averaged 18.6 points, 9.6 rebounds, 9.5 assists, and a league-high 2.7 steals per game, and was voted a member of the All-NBA second team. In the 1983-1987 NBA season, Lakers point guard John Johnson averaged 17.6 points, 13.1 assists, and 7.3 rebounds per game. The Lakers reached the finals for the third consecutive year, facing the Celtics in the postseason. In the 1984-85 regular season, Johnson led the Lakers into the 1985 NBA Finals, with Abdul-Jabbar scoring 30 points and 17 rebounds. In the 1985-86 NBA season, Johnson averaged a double-double with 18.8 points, 12.6 assists, and 5.9 rebounds. He earned his first regular season MVP award in 1988-89, but the Lakers lost to the Phoenix Suns in the Western Conference semifinals. Under new head coach Mike Dunleavy, the Lakers focused on defense and half-court sets. HIV announcement and Olympics, 1991-1992. Before the 1991-92 NBA season, Magic Johnson tested positive for HIV and announced his retirement. He admitted to having multiple sexual partners during his career, claiming it was due to his belief that heterosexuals were at risk. Johnson's HIV announcement became a major news story in the U.S., and he was praised as a hero by then U.S. President George H.W. Bush. Despite his retirement, he was voted as a starter for the 1992 NBA All-Star Game and was crowned All-Star MVP. Johnson was chosen to compete in the Barcelona 1992 Summer Olympics for the U.S. national team, dubbed the Dream Team due to the NBA stars on the roster. The Dream Team won the gold medal with an 8-0 record, beating opponents by an average of 43.8 points per game. Post-Olympics and later life. Before the 1992-93 NBA season, Johnson announced his intention to return to the NBA, but he retired due to controversy and opposition from active players. In 2011, Johnson wished he had never retired after being diagnosed with HIV. He retired to avoid hurting the game and has since written a book on safe sex, run businesses, and toured with a basketball team. In 1985, he created A Midsummer Night's Magic, a charity event that raised over $1.3 million for the United Negro College Fund. Returned to the Lakers as coach and player, 1994-1996. Johnson returned to the NBA as Lakers coach in 1993-94, replacing Randy Fund and Bill Burtka. Despite health concerns, he won his first game and signed a separate contract. Johnson's final record was 5-11. At 36, he attempted a comeback as a player during the 1995-96 season, recording his final triple-double. The Lakers finished with a 53-29 record and fourth seed in the playoffs. Johnson retired permanently. Legacy. In 905 NBA games, Johnson tallied 17,707 points, 6,559 rebounds, and 10,141 assists, setting career averages of 19.5 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 11.2 assists per game. He holds the single-game playoff record for assists, the finals record for assists in a game, and the most playoff assists, 2,346. Johnson is one of only 8 players in NBA history to achieve the Triple Crown, winning an NCAA championship, NBA championship, and Olympic gold medal. He introduced a fast-paced style called Showtime and was named the Finals MVP in the 1982 NBA Finals. Johnson played point guard despite being 6 feet 9 inches, 2.06 meters, a size reserved normally for frontcourt players. He was voted as one of the 50 greatest players of all time by the NBA in 1996 and selected to the NBA 75th anniversary team in 2021. Awards and honors. The NBA player has won 5 championships, 3 NBA Most Valuable Player awards, and has been named one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history. He has also been a member of the NBA 75th anniversary team and has been retired by the Los Angeles Lakers. He has also won the NBA gold medal in 1992 and the Tournament of the Americas gold medal in 1992. He has also been inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame, the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame, the FIBA Hall of Fame, the U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame, and the California Hall of Fame. He has also won the NAACP Image Awards and the Grammy Award for Best Spoken Word or Non-Musical Album. HIV activism. Magic Johnson, a sports star who publicly announced his HIV infection in 1991, was one of the first to do so. He created the Magic Johnson Foundation to combat HIV and later joined the National Commission on AIDS. Johnson's campaigns aim to educate everyone about HIV and prevent discrimination against those with the disease. He was later criticized for his decreased involvement in publicizing the spread of the disease. Research papers have shown that Johnson's announcement was a public health catalyst, correcting the public's understanding of who was at risk of infection. A paper suggests that Johnson's announcement led to increased concern about HIV and attitude and behavior changes that would lead to reduced risk. To prevent his HIV infection from progressing to AIDS, Johnson takes a daily combination of antiretroviral drugs and has advertised GlaxoSmithKline's drugs and partnered with Abbott Laboratories to publicize the fight against AIDS in African American communities.